Hello and welcome to another update video on Ethereum. A quick update about the chart. We want to start on the daily time frame, then we'll take a look at the short-term chart. Currently, we are here in this pullback. Standard support area is defined. $2,620 to $1,820. I can remove the upper section of it. We don't need it anymore, but you see how relevant these levels are of our Fibonacci zone, because the price dipped here exactly on the 4th of November to the 38.2 retracement at $3,055, exactly there. I mean, you know, this was not really obvious structural support or anything. Yeah, this was a Fibonacci support level, and the price bounced from this area, bounced around 20%. That's not nothing. That is quite a bit. Of course, it was not a meaningful trend reversal, but I told you that it looked corrective, right? So lower was still, let's say, on the table, and we've now reached the next Fib level at around $2,620. Again, we've seen another reaction. The reaction this time is a bit weaker, but also the sell-off was less violent than it was on the 4th of November, but still a decent sell-off here. So we'll see if the bulls can show up and at least start this wave 4 bounce. The standard resistance area, which would be relevant now for the next, you could say, coming weeks, is between $3,170 and $3,553. So this would be the standard resistance area to watch. If we look at this here and you see the pullback is currently unfolding, then the next bounce, should be corrective and take the price at least closer to that resistance area. It might have started, it could start from here. I shared with you yesterday as well and over the last few days that the 2,620 level is the next key target, because internally we also have an A wave and the C wave. They often have the same length, which means the C wave is often as long as the A wave, and that basically points us towards $2,620. From here, a wave 4 bounce could unfold and a wave 5 to the downside. Now, a more meaningful low could have formed, but I don't see any evidence for that at this point. That's what I've been telling you after the November low as well. So I would say let's take a look at the shorter time frame. In other words, even if you're not so familiar with Elliott Wave, it means that the next bounce is likely going to be corrective, but we keep an open mind towards something more bullish, but it's a bit too early to confirm that. And the more probable scenario at the moment would be another low. At least Bitcoin shows that as well, but that will also depend on the bounce. I mean, the structure of the bounce. If we get 5 waves up, then we might get even a setup for higher prices, a direct setup, a short-term setup. Yeah. Now let's take a look at the shorter time frame for ETH. Before we do that, Black Friday week is coming. We're running an offer for everybody who wants to join as an annual member. We only do this once a year. I mean, it's literally, I think the first or second time we do it now for Black Friday week. Only for annual memberships, because our prices are extremely fair already. So there isn't really much to do there. But there's a 20% additional discount on our annual memberships. There's a discount page, or let's call it an FAQ page, you can check out if you're interested. If you ever thought about maybe joining the MCO family, the MCO community, feel free to check it out. It's on our website. I leave a link in the comment section for you guys. So let's now take a look at the shorter time frame. And here you can see that the market is trying to give us a bounce, okay? So you see that reaction to these 2 Fibonacci levels that you just saw on the larger time frame. We have an initial micro 5-wave move up, absolutely. It's a first and a weak bounce, but it could be the A wave of the 4th wave I just showed you on the larger time frame. The resistance area should be clear, we just talked about it, but there is even a first micro resistance area, because I cannot rule out further direct extensions down. Please see this only as a standard Fibonacci retracement area measured based on the last larger decline. It's probably not so meaningful, but I would pay attention to it. We currently still consolidate even below the very first resistance area, which is between $2,817 and $2,950. So we have a first bounce and a pullback, and this is the support zone that is now relevant for this weekend, maybe early next week. Ideally, the bulls would show up here. $2,655 to $2,718 is the micro support zone to watch. And from this zone, we might see a bounce in wave C. Too early to say. Very, very small movements. I mean, there's literally nothing that is in any way telling me that we've already bottomed. I'm just charting this because, I mean, there could be a micro, nano 5-wave move up there in an initial A wave to the upside. However, it's super, super small. But that gives you a first micro support zone. It gives you a larger resistance area to watch. Needless to say, to keep this potential alive, we need to hold 2,655. And also, I mean, there's not really anything in the ETH BTC chart either. It's also a chart. Again, we talked about the membership. If you want to join as a gold member, for example, you get access to these charts as well. The ETH BTC chart is one that is covered regularly, for example, on Discord. But there is nothing there at the moment that tells me that we've bottomed here locally. Yeah. So what I've said, I've been saying that for months, that I think we won't probably see the altcoins perform really well until we see ETH BTC give us at least another high, or in that process of that 5th wave. This is also when some of the altcoins might show up. And at the moment, though, there's no sign this 5th wave has started. It's also a very, very complex correction that's currently unfolding, and I'm not even convinced that we've bottomed. 0.03 is the next support. So keep an eye on that. And the yellow trend line. I mean, this trend line, we've been using it to track the current local downtrend for many, many weeks. It's not broken. It's still holding. It's still respecting our trend line there. I keep you updated. If it breaks, you'll hear it on Discord. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, check out our Black Friday offer. The link is on the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.